Hello and welcome back to Summer Nights, guys. I'm glad that you're here. It's the middle of the week, and I don't know how your work has been so far, but mine has been kind of stressful. I'm glad that I'm talking to you now. It feels like I'm finally calming down. It is easy now to keep my mind off work, I would say. It was pretty stressful for me and pretty easy to get overwhelmed, I would say. The beginning of the week was pretty in my face, I would say, for me at least. It brought a little bit of, I would say, surprise with it, and not in a good way. After that, it was okay. It was pretty calming. And now today it was stressful again. It was okay, kinda, but it was hard. It wasn't hard to keep focus, um, but it was hard to get everything done, I would say. Sometimes you want to do everything at once, or you want to get everything out of the way, and you want to do it, but you can't split yourself, right? And then it's pretty hard to get it done. You want to, you really want to, but it's sometimes, I mean, I have that feeling often, but today was pretty present and I was hyper focused. But the time was going by so fast, flying by so fast. I'm so sorry. That was pretty wild for me. Um, yeah, but I hope your week was good so far. And yeah, like I said, I feel like calmer now. It's easier for me now to keep your mind, keep my mind at ease. And I guess it's important when you have like a ritual that you, I mean, with this ritual, I calm myself down. I try to forget all the things for these 20 minutes and just be, right? I think it's important that you keep that in mind always, and that you get in this mode where you can just take silence or like talking to me or with me or just listening and get in this mode where you don't feel pressure, where you don't feel like you have to own something to someone, like where you can be like a cat. You're just here, you can go away, you can like go wherever you want, but you know that you have a safe place or space, right? Sometimes I just want to be in this safe space like 24/7, to be honest. Of course I can't. Well, I can in some instances, I would say, maybe, or when I have like time off or something. But sometimes you want to be productive, right? I mean, you can listen to it like here now for like while driving or something like that. If it calms you down, or when you're sitting like in a bus, taking transit, or I don't know, cleaning something, right? Spring clean. Um, I gotta say, this day it was pretty warm for, I guess it is basically early summer, I would say. It is April currently, 16th, but yeah, it feels like summer is coming. And the summer is pretty, well, mild currently. I mean, I don't live in an area where it's pretty hot or something like that. We have some winds and stuff. But yeah, it's it rained like the past 4 days, I would say, and it's nice to see the sun again. I'm not against rain, but it is nice. It is nice to see the summer or at the beginning of summer when you see like green grass and like the flowers and butterflies or the bees like humming around, and you see like the summer feeling. And you, if you drive a car or something like that, a vehicle of your choice, um, you know the smell of summer. You know the smell of summer when it rains or after the rain, which is called Desania, I guess. Is it called? Yeah, I guess it is. But you can you know the smell of it, right? It is like it's not crisp. I don't know how to explain it, but it has like a smell of it which I really like. And also the summer rains are always calming, right? Sometimes I just sit in my car, right? And it's a pretty comfy car. It's an old car, right? But it is so nice just sitting there, like the windows are open, or you're laying like in the back seat, and you have sometimes your feet out, right? And then you just listen when the rain falls, or listen to the, I don't know, crickets at night, right? Or just what I did a lot when I was a teeny. I was like walking before sleep. Like I did like night walks, I would say. And that is what one of those feelings that were pretty nice. You sometimes I had like this typical two routes that I would go for. And these two routes, there is a small one and a bigger one. And I always went with a friend of mine, which I know from kindergarten, even earlier than that. And it was so nice because we went every single summer day or night in this instance. Um, and we walked around our town, I would say. And it was so nice because we went like where the residential area is, and then where just like green grasses, and then we went also to the graveyard. And yeah, we went like everywhere basically, and it was so nice. And I gotta tell you, when it's night and you see the stars and it's warm, and you have like this this feeling of the air on your skin, right? And you smell the summer nights, and you hear, well, especially the crickets, but when you hear like the the surroundings of you, right? Yeah, I don't talk about like cars, not especially, but like the whole surrounding, what you can hear. I mean, it can be cars or bikes or something like that, but in the distance, right? Like Melwood somewhere, right? And you hear that, and you're laying on the ground, which is warm, right? It's summer. There's not a single feeling that feels like this, right? You're just laying there, you're dreaming kinda. You're just there, right? And I love it, just like looking up in the sky where where the stars are. Sometimes you see shooting stars. Oh, I love it. And sometimes I do that in the meadows, just laying there. Oh, I love it. I love it. It is so nice. I really can tell you, I really like doing that. I don't know if you live in an area where you can do that safely, right? If not, maybe don't do it, or maybe just take some people with you, friends or something like that, and do it then. but I live in an area where you can say it's not creepy or something like that. I know this area, and it is so nice. It's so calming, and when you get home, you don't walk a marathon, right? I was just like walking 30 minutes or 1.5 hour or something like that, or and just sitting there sometimes. And you see sometimes hedgehogs and stuff, right? Or bats, or you see like owls and stuff, or hear them. And it is so nice. It calms you right down, and you feel like you're one with the environment, right? Because you're in the middle of it. Um, of course, you are somehow every time, but it feels more like you blend in, right? No one is looking at you. No one wants something from you. You can really be you, and you don't have to be fast. You don't have to be like someone else. You don't have to be like stand up straight and stuff, right? You just can be there. And you're laying like in a bed of stars above you, and you're one of those stars basically, right? There are millions, right? You're just laying there, and you feel so complete in this moment, right? You feel you're finally there. You feel, yeah, complete. You feel good. You feel warm. Not warm in the sense of, oh, it's hot, but you feel like a warmth in your self, I would say, or in your soul. That's how I feel it. I don't know how you feel it or would feel it, but that's how I feel it. And you feel so, not overwhelmed, but you feel so, yeah, complete is really the word. Like you, everything is right, everything is in this moment, it's perfect. You don't need anything. You're just laying there or sitting there or just like looking up in the stars or in the sky, watching the stars like shining, twinkling, and the smell. I mean, you can feel the warmth, right? You can see the stars, right? Or your environment. You can smell it, right? Sometimes I have something good with me to drink, like something that I like, that I really, really like, right? And you feel so good. And I encourage you to do that, to to try it out, because I feel like it is something you sometimes need. I know I've been saying that for 2 episodes now, but it is. I really recommend it. And if you feel like you need to do a podcast, do a podcast. That's how I feel it. It helps me to calm down. I'm so ADHD kind of, I don't know what, like everyone basically, right? But everyone keeps like talking to me and saying to me like, you have like the real ADHD kind of thing. It's really hard to not see that you have it. And I agree. And it is nice to find ways where you are um where you don't have this inner motor running, I would say. You don't have this inner part which keeps like talking to you or feels like it's pushing you in some way. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And I try to keep that up. I try to keep myself in this little space. It's not much, it's not long. It's 2 days in a week, right? It's Thursday, no, Wednesday and Sundays. But I can tell you, I mean, I don't do that in winter time because I keep like sliding around. I live on a hill, so there's no way I can walk and not fall, or tumble over or something like that, right? I keep like falling over because I try to keep like the sidewalk like clean and stuff. Like I don't know. It's hard for me to walk straight, right? So when it's summer or when it's spring, I guess it's the best time to walk outside. Um, when it's like warm and there's not a lot of, I would say, fall weather, like where it's like raining all the time. It's nice when it rains, like a summer rain. That is totally fine for me, for example. But I think these, um, let's say, those like these heavy rains, they are too much. Of course, you can't walk there. I mean, you can, but yeah. I mean, what I did, we had like this heavy, heavy rain where we had like so much water where our town was like drowning basically. It was like you couldn't almost see the car's roof. It was so much water. And I was outside and I gotta tell you that. But I was like, I need to save some money. Why not take a shower outside? And I did it, and it was so much water that I could fully shower, right? And it was so nice. I know that sounds stupid, but I am so happy that I did it, and it was so nice. It was so nice. I can totally recommend it. Of course, um, feel free to keep your clothes on. Maybe just shower your head or something like that. But it is really nice. I gotta tell ya. Yeah, I've been like yapping now all the time. I mean, of course, it's a podcast, but it's almost flawless what I'm doing here. Um, I'm glad that Friday is right around the corner. I'm so happy about that. I can't wait for it. Um, it is nice. Oh, I'm smiling. I guess you can hear that, right? But I'm so happy. It's almost time. I went to a picnic today, which was pretty nice. You can like think about to do that also because it's really 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 nice to eat like stuff you like and stuff. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I don't want to go like everywhere now. I love that there's Friday coming up real soon. Of course, no rush. One day at a time, of course. I mean, we have to admit that of course every day is a blessing, right? And I don't know. I heard something when someone said, would you take 500? What was it? 500 million or something like that? But you have to die tomorrow. Would you take it? And I guess some people would say no. I would say yes. Um, but you have to like get everything, get rid of it like in this day, right? And you can't keep it like because you're dead, right? So and when people say I would do it, or I won't do it because it's just one day, then your life is basically more worth than, like, every day is more worth than 500 million. I know it. I just talked about it stumbly, or I don't know. It's not. I didn't it well, but I guess you get what I mean. I just wanna tell you that at the end of the Summer Night Skies number 3 episode. But yeah, keep that in mind. But you can ask yourself what you would do. I guess it's something where you can keep your mind now. But I hope I or you enjoyed this time. I totally did it. I'm glad that you came. I hope I can see you soon or hear from you soon. And we meet here in the Summer Night Skies podcast.